Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I was gonna film a little New Year's makeup look for you guys. You voted on Instagram if I should do a warm or a cold look, and it was sort of basically even. Thank you for that. I can't believe this is actually the final video of this year. I think that's so crazy. I just want to apologize because people are already like shooting off fireworks and stuff outside, so it might be a little bit noisy, but let's just jump into the video. Lately I've been really into my Pixie Glow Mist. I like to start off my makeup just like spraying this all over my face. It smells so fresh like cucumbers, and it just makes the skin, it feels so nice cold. Because I'm dry in my skin prep is like the most important thing for my makeup to look good, and I think especially for New Year's you want to feel your best, look your best. I've been saving this oil from Youth to the People for this video because I really wanted to use it. My camera is focusing so slowly, it's so annoying. I've been loving this glow oil for so long now. I've actually used that one entire oil. I really lather this on my face, and I do that both before makeup and I do it after removing my makeup again. It makes my skin feel so nice and so moisturized. I think my skin has been a little bit tired, a little bit stressed the past month, but I also work in retail, and working in retail in December is like a really tough job because it's very busy and there's so many customers, and you just really have to spend a lot of time and energy on that. My camera really doesn't like my new backdrop, I think, because it doesn't want to focus on any of these products, but this is the Glow Elixir Skin Love from Becca. We got this at a Christmas party with Becca, or like a Christmas PR event, and it just really is nice and refreshing for the skin. I just apply sort of like a little bit to the palms of my hand. I like to really oil up my face, so I apply this now. Again, it smells really fresh, it smells like cucumber, and it just feels so soothing for the skin. I always do my neck as well because we always want to keep our necks looking nice and young. You could move ahead and do your base now, but I'm also just gonna apply a little bit of NYX Cosmetics Honeydew Me Up primer that you can't see because my camera doesn't want to focus. That's nice. It smells like honey, and I love honey, and it just keeps the skin looking so nice all day. So these are a few steps that I like to take every single day to keep my skin looking nice. Now that we are oiled up and I look like a mess on camera, let's just make ourselves look a little bit more crazy. I want to go in just to highlight my skin with the Hello Halo liquid highlighter from Wet n Wild. I love for parties and special events to have that really glowy, amazing skin. So this is a product that I really love using just sort of underneath my foundation. I just go in on all the high points of my face and blend that in. I'm just taking the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. This is also what I'm going to be using for my foundation, so I like to have a little bit of the glow mixing itself into my foundation as well. My foundation is going to be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is the color Golden Beige. I mix them, I have them in a few different colors depending on how tan I am. This is a very like full coverage, semi-matte finish, I would say. It just looks really beautiful, but I think for someone with dry skin like me, you need to definitely keep your base very hydrated. That's why I go in with so many products beforehand. And I'm just doing the Expert Face Brush and blending that into my skin. So that is half my face done, and I think you can really tell a difference. It looks really beautiful, it doesn't look too cakey, it doesn't look too matte. I think it just has a really nice finish, and it's been one of my favorite foundations to wear this year. For my concealer, I'm actually also going to use the Photo Focus Concealer from Wet n Wild. I've been really into their products this year. I think they just make some really good affordable things. And I'm just gonna slightly highlight my face using this concealer. I like to go in quite heavy underneath my eyes. I'm just blessed with naturally dark circles, so I always build up the coverage underneath my eyes and around my nose the most. I like to just go in straight between my eyebrows just to build up the coverage a little bit there. Nose, and a little bit right on the chin. I like to just mist my beauty sponge a little bit, and I like to do it with the Pixie Glow Mist as well. Any moisture I can add to my skin is the best way for me to go. Because I have dry skin, or normal to dry skin, my skin looks a lot better if I layer the products with moisture, so I always spray my beauty sponges with some kind of moisturizing spray. I always like to highlight a little bit more when it comes to party looks, so I'm going in with my Could you please stop disturbing my video? I'm just going in with my all-nighter concealer from Urban Decay, just underneath my eyes, and I also like to go in slightly here just to highlight that area. Because my nose is a little bit deeper right here, I also go in and highlight this area right that. Beautiful! I hope you guys had a nice Christmas. I definitely did. I really enjoyed hanging out with my family. We even went to a party on the 25th as well, which usually is the day that I do absolutely nothing. So that was very, very nice. This is my 4th year working in retail. So as you can probably imagine, we don't really have that much of a Christmas holiday. I was home at 2:30 in the night on the 22nd. And then I left my family again on the 26th. So it's quite a short little holiday that we have. Tomorrow is New Year's Day and I'm actually gonna go to work as well. So that's how it is working in retail. I think it looks a little bit brighter on camera than it does in real life. I do have a little bit more of a tan. Before my concealer dries down and sets, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of Marc Jacobs coconut setting powder. I'm a huge fan of always setting my concealer with a beauty sponge, so I'm gonna do that again today. If you're very oily in your skin, you can definitely set your entire face, but because I'm dry, I like to keep some of the shine on my skin. So I only actually set the places where I go in with concealer as well. Another product I've really been loving this year is the Wet n Wild Contour Palette. I think this color is beautiful. I tried it first time this fall and I've been using it so much ever since. I like to just go in with a little bit of the dark color just to shape up my cheekbones. You can definitely use it to contour your face, but I also just use it really on a light brush to bronze up my face sometimes. I think for New Year's, having that amazing glow is so nice because New Year's, at least in my side of the world, is when winter is like the worst. So it's just nice to sort of look like you've been out tanning in the sun, even though it's been raining and snowing for the past few months. I always like to go in and contour my neck just a little bit as well. This brush was too rough for my nose because I removed some of the makeup on there, but we're gonna fix that in a little bit. Highlighter is of course one of the most important things for New Year's. Look at this palette, I think it looks so gorgeous. So this is the Afterglow palette from Urban Decay. I've used this a lot this year. I think it's a beautiful palette. In general, I think Urban Decay makes really nice highlighters. So I'm gonna mix the colors Bliss and Side Peas. You guys know me and you know that I like to go crazy with my highlight. So if you're someone who holds back on highlight, I think New Year's is definitely the time for you to go crazy. Because New Year's is a time where everyone looks their fabbest. Is fabbest a word? I hope it is a word. I'm sorry if I seem a little bit tired. I went out with my friends on Friday after Christmas and work, and I've just been relaxing at home. I always highlight my Cupid's bow. I think it makes the lips look juicy and lovely. So if I seem a little bit tired, that's why. No worries, guys. Can't not highlight my nose, so of course that's gonna get a little bit of highlight as well. I've been really into highlighting the sides of my nostrils as well, just because I can't get enough. Can you guys actually hear how crazy people go and New Year's is still like 24 hours away? One thing I hear a lot of people say when they do highlighter is that they feel like it brings out a lot of texture. So if you want to get rid of some of that texture, you can actually do the same as I did. Spray your beauty blender or beauty sponge. Just make sure that it's not completely wet and then press that into the skin as well. That's going to take some of that metallic shine away and it's actually going to make the highlighter look a lot more natural. I don't mind my highlighter looking crazy, so I don't usually do this, but I just wanted to show you guys this trick if you are struggling with the highlighter looking really textured. So this is the skin so far. 2018 was the year where I found some brow products that are unbeatable. They work so well, they do an amazing job, and it's the brow products from Benefit. I'm in love with the brow from Benefit. It is a cream gel, I guess they call it. My favorite brush for this is the Sigma E65 brush. These two just work so well together. I think my biggest glow up this year was my brows just really looking nice. I just go in and shape the tail. I find that this is also the fastest way for me to do my brows. I have always spent so long on my eyebrows and I feel like this product just does everything so fast for me. Sometimes I make them really sharp, sometimes I make them really bushy, sometimes I make them very soft. It really all depends just on my mood today I think we're just gonna do them quite soft. One thing that I've really let go of this year as well is my block brows that are completely square in here. I like to actually just go in now and giving them a few like extra strands of hair, just defining my brows in a really, really natural way without them looking so fake. And then just blend out like this. You can run through a little bit of Gimme Brow as well, also from Benefit, just to brush the hairs in the right direction. Also to blend through if there were any clumps. And my brows are ready for New Year's. What a difference it makes. It's actually crazy how weak my natural brow game is. Okay, palette that I'm gonna try out today is Too Faced Then and Now palette. It's basically a 20-year anniversary palette that they made, filled with colors from the beginning of their line and to now. So the top row is colors from back in the day. The bottom row is colors from now. We're gonna do a little bit of a cut crease action. So I'm gonna basically blend out with this and this color to create my eye shape. This palette actually smells so good, it's ridiculous. I kind of want to stick my tongue in it and lick it. So quite a few of you guys asked me on Instagram to do New Year's makeup looks, but also in general to do more just makeup videos, and if you could talk more about stuff like eye shape and how to shape your eye, which is very nice to hear that you guys are very interested in that, because I find it so interesting as well. What I always like to do, because I have like almond shaped eyes, but they're a little bit small, so I like to bring my eyes out. Sorry if they're a little bit red, I think I have some allergies. Do people go crazy with fireworks in your country as well? Because I feel like it's just getting out of hand here in Copenhagen. Anyway, so if I could continue my video without fireworks in the background. I always start by blending out my eyeshadows on the outside right here. I want the darkest part of my eye to be right here. So I put the shadow on right there and then I blend it out to make my crease more defined, to lift my eye and to make it a little bit wider as well. So the first color should always be the softest. That's the transition color. Very, very basic. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but it's also just nice to hear sometimes because I feel like everyone on YouTube now so into makeup, so just sometimes we forget a little bit about the basics of building up an eye makeup, and I think the techniques behind a good makeup look are just very important and very interesting. We're gonna do purple color, so I'm gonna actually dip into this now just with the same brush. This is a MAC 217 brush. When you guys voted if I should do a warm or cold look, it was sort of like 50-50. So now I'm actually mixing warm and cold colors just to please everyone. Purple is one of my most favorite colors in makeup, but it's also the only color that I get allergic reactions from. So I love to wear them on my eyes. I think it is such a gorgeous color. I think purple on the eyes looks good with any eye color, but my eyes just absolutely hate it. So that's why I did purple today, because I won't be able to do it tomorrow. Now I'm gonna dip into the even darker color right there. This color is gonna be the darkest that I'm gonna apply, and I'm gonna use less of this compared to the other colors, just to make sure that everything is really, really nicely blended. So I'm gonna apply that on the outer V of my eye, then going back in with the old brush that I used to blend the other colors in. This way we're gonna make sure that none of the colors will be super harsh. It's gonna just look beautifully blended. So now I have opened my eyes, I've made it a lot bigger. The blackest or the darkest point is still right out here. So this is gonna be a smoky eye that we're gonna cut into the crease as well. You know what, let's just smoke it up a little bit more, just for the dramatic effect. Okay, so now that we have the matte colors down, I really want to cut my crease and apply a little bit of shimmer. So I'm cutting my crease with the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer again. This is super, super white, so that works perfectly as a crease cutter. Is that I don't know if that's it's an official name now. The brush that I've been using to cut my crease lately is the Urban Decay E206 brush. I feel like it works perfectly because it's so flat to really go in and cut the crease right there. So I think we're gonna go in with a color called NSFW. I don't know if this is gonna be too dark, but if it is, we're just gonna go in with something else. I'm now adding a little bit of Trixie. And I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of this NYX pigment in Diamond, just because I feel like this is not light enough. I'm just gonna blend in a little bit of the dark color again, just so that there won't be any hard like lines between the cut crease and the smokiness. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of the Urban Decay Heavy Muscle Glitter Liner in Pyro, just to define the crease a little bit more. I preferred the old Urban Decay glitter liners, the old colors, because they were a lot more chunky. I like those more. Now that the crease is cut, I'm going to go in and apply some mascara and some lashes. I'm going to use the extra large mascara from Wet n Wild. I've never tried this one before. I mean, that did something. Do you guys have any tips for when your voice has been going away for like more than 2 weeks? I don't know if it's because of the season and it's cold and I've been speaking too much at work, but my voice has just been so weak this entire month, and I've noticed that it actually makes me more quiet because I just don't enjoy having to yell, and when I don't have like any voice to give up or to give from, then I don't know. It's annoying. Okay, this mascara is nice. It's very natural, I guess. I'm gonna wear lashes anyway, so I'm not really too fussed about what it looks like. The lashes that I'm gonna be wearing are these Stuffed lashes in Red Carpet. These are my favorite lashes ever. They look so beautiful and fluffy and nice. So while they lay and dry for a while, I'm just gonna do my lip liner. This is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Los Angeles. I'm then going to go in with the matte lipstick in Babe Town from the new Shiny Pretty Things collection. I just have it in a different design, but it is the same color. This is one of my new favorite lip colors. I think it is such a gorgeous like nude cold pink, and I think it actually goes quite well with the eye look as well. Just gonna slap on my lashes, and here we have the finished look. I hope you guys had fun watching, and I hope you maybe learned something new, maybe a little new technique. Let me know in the comments down below, and I hope no matter how you guys are gonna celebrate New Year's tomorrow, that you're gonna have a wonderful time. I'm definitely so ready to say goodbye to 2019. This has been such a tough year for me. I can't even remember the last year that was as bad as this year. So for me, it's gonna be a really nice way to say goodbye and start something new. I hope you will all have a beautiful 2019, and I will see you in the next year. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't already, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. That would mean a lot to me. You can also go follow me on Instagram, where I post a lot more often. I'm trying to next year post every single day, so that's gonna be a very big challenge, but I hope I can make it. Thank you for watching my last video of this year. I love you guys, and I will talk to you in 2019.